Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. This is also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it right now, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been some time since I have posted this, what was going on in your life back then, check it out, and that might give you some further clarity regarding your situation to date. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles represents that you do have a strong foundation for abundance and making money. Pentacles in the tarot represent health, wealth, happiness, abundance of things 3D. And also, you know, that includes your lifestyle. Money is a big part of that, of course, on planet Earth here. Having said that, this card is about 3 different stages of making money. This is having a strong foundation, but playing it safe, not wanting to risk anything. This is about going after your heart's desires. And this is saying, okay, I'm going after my crowning glory. So sometimes what this card can be saying is quit playing small. Sometimes you have to take risks in life. And it's also saying it would be very rare for you to be a hero in your own hometown. So sometimes you have to leave your comfort zone where you are raised, where you've grown up. And like that's why he has his back to the city here. And it's saying, don't sell yourself short. You might, maybe it's time for you to expand your horizons and take that risk. And so we have the energy coming in. Yes, if you take the risk, I'm just getting that there's opportunities. This is 7 cups, and the cups in the tarot represent love. Quite often romantic love, but it can represent all kinds of love for all sorts of people. It also can represent love you have for something you want to do or something you want to be, your career, that kind of energy. And there's 7 opportunities here, and each of them is a gift in this cup. And this is saying, like, you're like a black hole just ready to suck all these opportunities in. So, you know, if you sell yourself short, you might be making the risk of not being able to partake in these opportunities. And it may be because they look like challenges, but possibilities are very often held in the energy of challenges. What it's saying is opportunities can be there right in front of you, but if you don't risk taking, you know, putting your time and your energy and invest in them, then they're not just going to automatically happen in your life if you don't put any effort in. If you want to have a strong future, you need to participate in it. And we have this energy here saying, okay, I feel like this is saying, yeah, I've been thinking that. Like this person's at the top of their castle on their turret, overlooking their domain. But their domain is like, they're in the same place they were raised, and there's only 5,000 people living there, and people are looking up to them and saying, oh my God, like he's done so well. Look at, he's just this age and he's already accomplished all of this kind of energy. But you're looking out and thinking, wow, like I'm the king of this world, but I feel like a big fish in a little pond. I want to expand my horizons. I feel like it's time to move. This can be saying that you want to make a move in business or in a career or in a relationship. And it can also talk about wanting to expand your horizons. Sometimes I feel like this is an energy of you've planted everything that you have to plant here. Like the wands represent actions, and you're looking out at the rest of the world and saying, you know, I have everything I can accomplish here now, and I need to maybe expand my horizons and go after my heart's desires now. And so that's the energy you're in. And because we have this water and this distant shoreline, it could be like you recognize I need to move from here, like actually physically move. And possibly it's saying, you know, I want to franchise my business or have another location, and it might be in other parts of the world. And then we have the King of Cups coming in. So the King of Cups, this also could be a matter of love. The King of Cups is, you know, holding a cup of love. And quite often this means that they're feeling a romantic energy towards someone. or you could be this King of Cups and are feeling a romantic energy. And sometimes this represents the energy of the king wanting to propose to someone. And the King of Cups is the most emotionally available of all the kings. He's sitting out on this slate, and he's on his throne. But he's really laid back. The emotional, the water around him is very busy. And this is talking about like a lot of emotions and chaos around him, but he's kind of, I can handle it. I've got a good handle on my emotions. And I'm waiting for the right opportunity to come along. And now there's all these opportunities here. And maybe one of them is someone that he's met, and the King of Cups is like, hey, I think I'm going to ask this person out. I'm going to pursue this person. I'm going to go after my heart's desires now. And this card quite often can represent a never-ending nightmare, but it also can represent like the same thing day after day, and like just suffocating boredom. And I'm feeling that this energy is what the King of Cups is experiencing here. I feel this is, if you might be the King of Cups, or this, you might be who the King of Cups is interested in. But I feel like the King of Cups is like, I'm bored. I have to admit it to myself. And maybe it's time to move forward and, do something different in a new location. I need to get my passion back. Maybe he met someone when he was traveling somewhere, or, it's even coming up online dating or whatever. And it's like, where you are, it's like more remote and, off-grid kind of energy. And he's like, I need to make a move and be more cosmopolitan. I'm getting. So, and look at, yeah, so I feel that this is driven by a desire that he has, because he feels like he wants to ask someone to marry him. So he may be someone that's been dating, and if this is you, you may have had many opportunities to date many people, and you finally met one that is like, hey, I want to pursue this person. I want to get to know them better. I would really like to ask this person to marry me. I can see myself with this person and have a family and children, and like build a legacy around it. And so this is like the official tarot marriage card, basically. So the Four of Wands is also saying, look how tall these wands are, and this is about going through a portal. So this is talking again about don't sell yourself short, and, go for it. If this is what you really feel, then it's worthwhile pursuing it, and, just do it in steps. Like, you don't have to race into it and be all awkward. You could be like, this is something like, I feel like the wands represent passion. And I feel like this king is feeling very passionate about this. And he's kind of surprised how much this is like on his mind constantly. Like, I need for this to happen. I really want for this to happen. And he's kind of waiting for the opportunity to come in. And now he's realizing, maybe I need to just take the bull by the horns, as they say, and get the matter done. And so this is an energy saying, okay, I have met someone, and I would really like to ask them to marry me. Actually, perhaps you've gone on a few dates with this King of Cups, and he just knows. He knows what he knows, and he wants to ask you to marry him, and he is, or maybe you are the King of Cups and that's how you're feeling. So this is saying like the beginning of fulfillment. This is Four Wands, but this is a powerful energy, because this also represents the 111 portal, or the 1111 portal, which is a synchronicity designed by the universe. And it's kind of interesting. You'll know if you've entered that portal, because what happens is you'll just look up at the clock and you go, oh, it's 111, or it's 1111. And I was talking about this in one of my videos, and then when I went to render it and post it and get ready to upload it onto YouTube, I realized, oh, it's 1 hour and 11 minutes long. And 57 seconds, so another 3 seconds and it would have been 1:12 kind of energy. So but the 111 is, yeah, you'll just notice it, and it's like You'll look at the clock and all of a sudden, oh, it's 1:11 or it's 11:11, and you have to go pick a parcel up and it's at 111 11th Avenue. And then you get in your car and you're driving to go pick the parcel up and someone cuts you off and their license plate is 111, that kind of energy. And then you go to turn left because there's an accident right ahead of you and you realize, oh, and so this energy is saying what you're really manifesting at a powerful rate right now because you know what you want. You have to be very careful to keep your thoughts focused on where you want to go and what you want, because the universe is listening right now. And quite often, when you get that 111 or 1111, you'll realize, oh man, I was having a really negative thought there. And then you start to change it. So this energy is also talking like you're at the stage where you have the down payment for your castle, which is a huge accomplishment. And now you still do need to have to make the mortgage payments, and you need to put some work into this relationship to turn it into the fulfillment that the possibility of the fulfillment that's there. And you are like determined. This is your the King of Cups wants this, and so he's on his path. And this says that this is actually part of your destiny, and that's why you're feeling it so strongly. That's why the 1111 is coming in. This is significant. It's something different from what you normally experience. You'll notice there's no rains here. There's no need for rains because this is controlled by God and the universe. They've put someone into your life that is the perfect person for you. And you've had so many opportunities in the past and maybe dated lots of people. And that's why I was getting that online energy. But this person is different for you. You've never felt this way before. That's the energy. And then we have sow those seeds. Be careful sowing seeds. But this is saying, that this is about learning the give and take. And so if you've explored a lot of opportunities, this is saying, hey, you have a good understanding now about the give and take in life. You understand that you have to give as well as take. You understand about how much to give and who to give it to. The pentacles represent your abundance on the third dimensional plane. So it's about health, wealth, and happiness. Money is a very big part of that, but money, as I said, is only part. So this is really talking about lifestyle. And you might have accrued quite a bit of money here. You've sowed seeds and you're reaping the harvest of it. You have enough to purchase a castle and to put the down payment on it at least. And you even have enough money left over that you can give to charity here and there and to other people around you who could use a little empowerment. And this can be talking about even just giving them your time and energy and investing in people in that way, not necessarily always having to show that with money. But you'll notice this person is receiving, this person is not. That's because this person already has something in their pocket, like they might be a pickpocket, and they're too lazy to get up and work. And so the scales of justice are hanging above their head, and it's like, get your butt out there and get to work. This person actually could use this right now. You're just being lazy kind of energy. And so I'm building a pyramid here. This is the bottom of my spread. And this is basically saying these are the tools that you have right now to move forward. And you have like a lot of opportunity. You already understand success. You do feel like you have reached as much success as where you are in your life at this time. Possibly have really fallen hard for someone and really want to ask them to marry you. You're bored. I feel that's what this is saying. And this energy it won't leave you alone. So you're kind of, okay, I need to go and do this. I need to sow the seeds for this fulfillment and happiness. And so this next one will be, okay, what are the obstacles? So having the passion to do so, because leaving your comfort zone and leaving where you were raised and grown up and everything, and leaving where you were successful and putting yourself back out there again requires having passion to do it. And the king is very passionate about this. The king maybe recognizes that he's doing really well. And I'm getting this as maybe someone younger, like in their youth, they were doing really well, but building towards their career, etc. But as far as and getting their lifestyle together somewhat. But as far as having like meeting that special someone, it's kind of like it's lots of opportunities to do so, just not really running into that person kind of energy and not feeling it. But now you are. And the King of Cups is smart enough to realize he's in touch with his emotions. And so he understands, hey, this is different. And I need to hop on the destiny tank. And yeah, this is the energy is about being a star, like born to shine. So this energy is also talking very much about the energy of the full moon that we have coming up on February 1st. I'm posting this, let's see, it's around the 22nd kind of energy. No, is it the 20? It's way later than that. It's the 23rd or 24th by the time this is posted. So this is talking about, dipping your foot in the universal waters, your special quality that you're adding, and pouring these, it's alchemy, pulling water out of the universal pool, adding your special, unique qualities to it, and then pouring that out onto the earth. And there's 5 streams here, and those represent the 5 points on the pentacle. So this is talking about being in a position where you can, you have the ability right now to really be that star that you were meant to be. This big star here represents the North Star that's following your purpose. And that's like talking about here, like being on your destiny. And that's a big part of why you're feeling more passionate now and having the energy to like, hey, like this is about action, action, action kind of energy. And this is lights, camera, action. You're a star. And you're meant to shine, and it's time. And that's what the universe is saying. And it's kind of like this time of second guessing the energy, and is this really what I want? It's time to make a decision. If you don't make the decision, the universe will make one for you. And usually that's in the form of a tower in a reality check. And it's kind of like, I feel like you've been getting intuitive hits from the universe saying, you might want to take a hold of this. And then it's kind of like, here's the frying pan, whack. Are you listening to me? And then it's like, oh, well, if you don't listen soon, you're going to get the 2x4. If you think you're on top of your pedestal and you're just going to sit there for the rest of your life, the universe likes action. So the universe is going to take you off that pedestal if you don't climb down from it. And it usually is not that comfortable. Then you're no longer in your comfort zone anyway. This is saying you've hung from the tree of knowledge long enough. You're balanced. It's time for you to get your butt out there, like this person, like you told this person. And you have enough enlightenment. Look how bright your aura is. You're ready to go do it. Like go be the star that you're meant to be. That's the energy. And walking away from what you already love. So this can represent this energy, walking away. I feel this is just walking away from the boredom towards what you really love. That's the energy I'm picking up. So quite often that's the energy of the 8 of Cups. And you notice we have the 2 moons here. We have the full moon, and we also have the new moon. But we also have this energy coming in. Like we don't have a horse yet, but we do have the chariot coming in. And this energy is saying like you're walking towards something that you really love, and that's 2 cups. And here you're leaving 8 cups of what you love here. This doesn't necessarily mean you're walking away and leaving it and not investing in it anymore. You may hire managers or whatever to look after your business where it's at. Everything's all set up. And now you're going to go and expand your horizons, and you're going to go after this love that you are feeling. And on the 17th of February, we will be having a new moon. And on that same day, it's the Chinese New Year, and we'll be moving into new with the fiery horse energy. And that's talking about, we're moving out of the snake, the year of the snake. And what do snakes do? They shed their skin, and then they start anew, and that's the energy. So the full moon is like letting go of that last little bit on February 1st and really taking care of, like, stepping into your leadership role. It's a Leo full moon. And then The new moon on the 17th is just so happens to also be the Chinese New Year of the horse, and it's also an eclipse, and it's a solar eclipse. So we have the sun, the moon, and the full moon here, all saying it's time. And this is kind of the energy of being left out in the cold. So this is a card of saying, again, I'm getting this. If you don't make a move, the universe is going to knock you off this pedestal, because you've been up there for a while now. And yeah, it might feel really good. I'm the king of my castle. You're the dirty rascal. Except you've been sitting up there too long. And, you know, if you have, like, say, 5,000 people in the town that you live in, and they're all looking up to you, that's really wonderful. And that's a really good feeling. But it's time for you to expand your horizons and see if you can get that. I keep getting that number 5 for whatever reason. And this is like, I'm saying, like, do you really want to be down here and not take the risk and not go after your heart's desires? Get your butt out there and do it. The universe is saying, if you don't do it, we'll do it for you. Again, it's another warning. And here's God giving a little bit more gentle encouragement. So this is the happiest card in the deck. And God is saying, hey, you deserve this. You know, look at. And now we have the horse energy. You see that? I was wondering when the horse energy was going to come in. I'm paying attention to when the horse energy comes in, because it represents that shift. And so let's say, you know, on January 1st, you already blew your New Year's resolution on New Year's Eve, whatever it was. And you're like, oh, well, so much for that. And now, no, you have the Chinese New Year. So you could make a new resolution that you're going to get out of your comfort zone, and you're going to go out, you're going to take the risk, and you're going to go after what truly makes you happy. And look how this young child is, like, so carefree on this horse. It's no reins, bareback, carrying this heavy banner, and, like, not a care in the world. The sunflowers in the back represent the joy and happiness, because sunflowers follow the sun, and they turn to the sun. And that's what it's saying. Get on your destined path. And all these opportunities are going to open you to it, and you all have this passion to get it done. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the obstacles. Don't worry about losing all your money if you walk away. Don't worry about, oh, the person that I hire, what if they are an idiot and they ruin my business, that kind of energy. All of those things can happen. Having said that, you know, when you take this risk, do it in a calculated manner, put the steps of action that you need to do into place, and move forward. And then look at, there's the 10 of Cups, and this is like ultimate fulfillment. So this is about having everything you could possibly desire on planet Earth. Having, like, the partner you love, having beautiful children that are healthy, having, like, the beautiful location to live, and happy with your neighbors, waving to everybody as you go by. Being happy in your career, having enough money that, you know, I feel like it's not somewhere cold. I was just talking to someone from Saskatchewan in Canada here today on the phone, and they said it was -50, like -50 Celsius. And I was like, oh, yikes, that's now that's cold. And she didn't say with the wind chill factor, she said it's like -50 here. And I was like, I moved from the prairies 13, 14 years ago, and I was like, oh, it's -3 here. And I was feeling pretty happy about that. That's the energy. Yeah, and like this is talking about, look at this, like, because it goes 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. So this is saying everything you wished for, you're going to get that. And so you're going to have the 2 cups, and the 2 cups you're missing is this too, I feel. Then you can have the kids and all of that, but like it's kind of like it's time. This is saying this is like a dream come true, a wish come true. Having said that, there's there's 9 cups here, and these 9 cups are something that you're wishing for. So you don't really have them. If you're wishing for something, it means you don't have it yet, and it's the same energy as here. If you want you have the opportunities there for you, but you have to actually do something. Like, you can't just sit there and expect these opportunities to fall in your lap. You're going, so there's you have the down payment, but you need to be able to pay the mortgage kind of energy. And many wish, like, or a race, if you don't stay focused and make sure your energy is going where you want it to, that's the 111 there. You're going to end up like just wishing for this and saying, oh, I wish I would have done that. I wish I wouldn't have been so, I wish I wouldn't have sold myself short. Like, I wish I would have gone for my heart's desires kind of energy. And so this is saying, stay in the race. Now is not the time to be distracted from your goals. Now is the time to really move into that, because I feel like with the year of the horse energy on the 17th, it's like going to, if you clear what's left here from the full moon energy on the 1st, and you move into this energy of the new on the 17th, you're going to be in a very good position to move forward in a new way. And that fire horse energy is very much, I've done readings on it for each sign. If you're interested in looking that up, it's on my playlist. But it's kind of like this energy of really being free-spirited and really setting high achievements and really reaching for them, like galloping through life kind of energy. Like the danger with this energy is being like too, like, for especially for fire signs, is being like too fiery and having your temper get in the way and not being too impulsive, and then also like going so hard at something instead of just allowing it to gently flow as you do one step and then you do another and then you do another. It's the same thing as if you're dating someone. In this energy, you want to be like, hey, it's okay to take your time and get to know someone before you, force anything kind of energy. And then we have the Empress. So I feel like the King of Cups feels like this person is their Empress. Now remember, these are archetypes, so this could be a female in her masculine energy, and this could be a male in his feminine. But the Empress represents all 4 queens rolled into one person, having the qualities of, having the, being loving and having a really brilliant mind, and being able to use their intuition, and they're like a magnet for attracting beautiful. And they're the generator, basically. And so this energy is talking about, like, the Empress is sitting on her throne, and she has all this wheat at her feet. And it's like, well, the seeds have been sown, let nature take care of it. I'm just going to deal with whatever issues come up along the way, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's, nature takes care of growing things all the time. And this is the energy, she's pregnant with possibility. So this also represents someone that you might, could actually want to be pregnant with, or if whatever the roles are reversed there. And this is also saying this is something that you've really been waiting for. And so the Temperance card represents the energy. It's actually Sagittarius energy, this action energy, but it represents the Sagittarius energy, but it's Sagittarians are far from patient. So it's probably like that energy. Why would it be like Sagittarius? Because you have to be patient and have the patience to stay devoted to your journey and stay on it. It's not an easy thing to do. It's way easier sometimes to follow your passion and get distracted because like you're bored, whatever. But this is like, okay, staying on your path. And that energy is talking about like, just like the King of Cups here. Where's the King of Cups? Look how he's got his right foot forward. So she has her right foot in the universal waters and is using alchemy. So a lot of people feel like this energy is what a lot of people refer to as as earth angels, like people that God has put on the earth as like ambassadors or of like the divine energy, bringing heaven down to earth and adding some fairness to the world kind of energy, like angels in a human form kind of energy. And this is the Queen of Swords. So this is talking, I feel like this is talking about the qualities of the Empress here. And this is what the King of Cups is admired. And maybe the person that he is considering as a partner has already been married and is divorced or separated. And this is representing, because the Queen of Swords quite often is the most likely to be, separated or single. And it's because she has been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, has the souvenir, not interested in doing things, in a like bullshifty way. So you better come in correct to her, or don't bother coming in at all. She will not entertain any bullshit, and she's got her sword up. And it's like, if you do come in with bullshit for me, I will be off with your head, and I'm not entertaining it. She has her left hand out, saying I'm willing to receive, but you better come in straight. And I have my head above the clouds. I am very clear on what I want in my life, and if don't hand me a bunch of bullshit, because don't even bother. That's the kind of energy she's in. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is kind of talking about an energy that there may have been a situation where she was at the top of her game and in an elevated position, because people could recognize, hey, this person really does have, has mastered their skill set. And she collaborated with people that were not in alignment with her intentions and for herself and for her journey. And that's a lot of what the full moon is about on the 1st. It's that Leo full moon is are you going to, like if you're going to collaborate with people, like the good news is people are recognizing your talent, but the bad news is that they're not necessarily in alignment with what you want. And so if you hire them or they hire you, that kind of energy, it's not going to turn out well, because they're not, like, you need to make sure, if you're in this position, you're in an elevated position, that you are the one who is in charge of the destiny of the people you work with. Like that, you're not going to work for other people and be a slave to what they want, and it be like them using your time and energy and all of that. And I feel like that's why this card here is coming up. It's talking about having been there, done that, not interested in dealing with people who are not upfront and upright about what they have to offer. It put her in a mental prison, and that's because, so we're talking about the Queen of Swords here. So this is the energy. Now, you could be this queen, and there could be a King of Cups interested in you, and you're not, you're being very careful here. Or this could be, like the opposite, like this. Remember that the queen could be a male and the king could be a female. That's the energy. This could be a male in his feminine energy, using his intuition more than his thoughts kind of energy. So, but it feels like it's a male and female energy. And this is talking about having to heal from something. And now she has, like, there's been like, this is like a mental prison. And so this is saying, hey, I've got one sword left and I'm keeping it. And this can talk about feeling duty bound. So this is saying, sometimes the blindfold means I don't want to see what's going on around me. I want to go inward, and I really want to follow my intuition rather than my logical mind, because I understand I need to be true to my inner self. My soul is requiring this. She does have her right foot forward also, you'll notice, and it's on dry land. And I feel that at one point there was as much water here under her, around her, as what the king has, but she has learned, that it's dried up. So now a lot of the pain and the hurt and whatever is behind her, but she's got this energy about her now, and she's not entertaining this bullshit. That's just the energy she's in. And then we have, look at that. So this is representing this energy, I feel, of the King of Cups. Okay, I'm ready to make a move. She looks like she's healed now. I'm going to go and ask her. And he's crossed into this portal, and he's got his hand on this passion, and he's ready to maybe pop the question sort of energy, that kind of energy. And he's coming in with the communication, and he's a rebel with a cause. So there's a lot of passion behind this. And so this is that fire horse energy, what I was talking about. In matters of love, it's about being very passionate and being very all heart. So being right up front with what you are feeling and not having to pretend otherwise kind of energy. And so this is the rebel with a cause is the knight that is like he's reining in his horse, which represents the emotions. This again is Sagittarius energy and fiery horse energy. And so this represents someone who knows what they want, and they've traveled a lot. They're you know, the Sagittarius energy is the most mature of the fire signs. So he's learned to rein in his emotions, and he's learned not to be a hothead. You know, that red plume on his hat. He's like, okay, I can be really fiery, but I can also learn. I've learned to control my emotions so that I can be like this. That's the energy. And there's some communication coming in then. And I feel like now, okay, now we could be having like, okay, now he feels like the King of Cups doesn't make his move until he knows that someone's ready to accept an offer. Like he's smart, he's emotionally intelligent. And so now he feels, okay, now's the time. That's the energy. And look at the pentacles come raining down. So this is about having the lifestyle, going after it. You know, having the beauty, like everything that this card is saying, and this card, the beginning of the thought is saying, and now you have it. So, you know, the home, the children, the pets, having time to be with, you know, stop and chat with the neighbors. Like it's not like you're just work, you know, that kind of energy. Being very happy and not having to multitask anymore. That's the energy. Being in a position where, hey, you don't have to be so busy. Things are working out. Two minds are better than one kind of energy. This infinite potential when I feel like if this is Empress quality, this King of Cups feels like this is an Empress, and he wants to, this is why he's noticed. And so he's probably close to being an Emperor as well. And this energy is talking about knowing what he wants here. And when the two of them get together, there's infinite potential, because they're no longer juggling, but they are, you know, gaining momentum together. That's the energy sitting on those cards. And there is no competition. I'm just getting, you know, I just feel like that's how this king feels. It's like he's in this energy, and he's like, there's no one else. I know what I know. There's no one else that I would rather be with, and there is no competition. Like he has no interest in anyone else. And it's sitting on this energy here. Like he's not interested in being competitive for the sake of it, or any of that energy. He knows what he wants, and he wants this Empress. That's the energy right here. I want to be with you. That's I want to be in this energy with you. Like I don't want any more. I'm not a player anymore. This energy can be like, he's someone who's very sexy and passionate. So you know, he could be in that energy where he has gained a reputation of being a bit of a player, or a big player. But that's the stage of life he was in, and now he's in this position where, okay, I've had enough of that, and I'm not interested in anyone but this, my Empress. That's the energy. And then, yeah, there we have the Lovers. So the getting together, the masculine and feminine, and then that energy being like coming. This is like an energy of saying, this is a divine partner for you, someone that you can really grow with. It's not going to be perfect because there's clouds in between them. You know, you're going to have to get to know each other. You're going to have to put some work into it if you want it to work out really well. You know, you have the down payment, but you still have to make the mortgage payments, that kind of energy. And then we have, and having the strength and the courage and the integrity to do what you need to do to be able to level up. And then this could be your crowning glory. This is 10 Pentacles. This is this is a legacy, generational wealth that you could hand down to your children. And this is saying you have to have you have to face your fears. And that's what the lion is representing. It's a mature lion, but she's reaching into its mouth. So she's digging deep into herself. And sometimes this can represent like fears that have been there since childhood. But once you conquer those fears, then you're able to go after your crown and glory, not just your heart's desires. Here's your heart's desires. Now you're going for like, hey, let's go for the crown. And what's the crown? Here's the judgment coming in. I feel that this is just saying, I feel like because we have God here, I do feel like this is saying that dun, 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 the ancestors are all dancing. Finally, he's ready to settle down. So your parents might have been wondering, are you ever going to settle down? That kind of energy. And you found someone, and there's going to be descendants. It's coming up. So this is God's judgment. This is God's hand right here. When this card comes out, it shines happiness on all the rest of the reading. So that's what this one's about. Go for your crown and glory. And it's a journey, though. It's supposed to be like, enjoy the ride. Like if you're going to get on a horse and go for a ride, it may as well be on the beach somewhere, right? Really like go for a nice canter. That kind of energy. So going from the bottom up to the top and back down again, this would be like past energy of all these opportunities coming in, because God has said it's time now. You've done everything you can here. You could have ultimate fulfillment. You have passion for this person. You could have fulfillment with them. You have to have the courage to make that move. This is supported by the universe and by God. And this is a divine partner being sent to you. You're not going to be like tempted by competition, that kind of energy. Know who you're getting into bed with, basically. Understand if in your partnerships of all kinds, that you are, make sure you are in alignment with what the energy is for the plans that other people have, so that you're kind of leading the way. And this is very much the fire energy, Leo energy in particular. This Leo full moon on the 1st of February is totally about that energy. And so we have someone outside here that's revving their engine and roaring away, so maybe they're ready. Let's go. And so this is talking about perhaps your partner has been through a challenging time and is divorced or whatever, but this is saying that she's ready. Her head is above the clouds. She knows what she wants now also. And we have, there's a lot of passion here. And both of you understand the give and take. That's like the scales of, this is very much representing Libra energy. And Libra is when people are mature enough to be able to make a commitment, such as getting married to someone and, having a family, and being ready for that energy. And, a lot of times it takes people different ages to get to that point, for sure. So if you're enjoying this, please do give it a like and comment. It's a good reading. I'm happy with it. I've had some really challenging readings, and I did a reading this morning early, and it was like oh my goodness. I was like, I don't even know if I want to post this. And then the next thing you know, I go to put it together and everything, and find out there's no sound, so I couldn't post it. So it was just meant for me, I guess. For some energy. I was kind of like, yeah, I was like, I don't know if I should post this. Okay, here we have the energy coming out. So I'm using my Oracle Tales from the Vector, TAILS. I also have a website, talesfromthevector.com. So this is an Oracle that I started back in 2007, and in 2020, at the end of 2020, I finished the last 64th painting, and now I'm getting ready to put it out there. I have all the painting part done. Now I'm working on gathering the rest of the information, and the best way is to play with it. So that's what I'm doing. And the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed on my website in the gallery. So in the description box below, I will put the numbers as they appear in this reading if you're interested in looking that up. There's some other information about each painting. It might give you some more insight as to what you're doing right now. Okay, so we have the karmic space of attachment. So this is the mother of all karmic spaces, because if we become attached to something, it can cause us to lose out on a lot of opportunities. Like if you say, oh, I just can't leave my hometown, like there's just no way I can do that. I can't leave like, this or that. I'm really attached to it. And I'm not willing to make any changes. You're going to end up missing out on a lot of opportunities. And the energy here is talking about degradation. So this is kind of, degradation is like human beings are made up of water, and actually so are stars, as we are finding out, the scientists are. So you are stardust after all. Don't degrade your energy. You do have special qualities that nobody else has. You're part of God's plan. You're not insignificant. So get out there and do what you were supposed, go shine. It's saying, allow yourself to shine. And there's deception here. So I feel like that there might be some relationships that, like, because I'm just getting like these cups of love. You could be someone that's dated a lot and just kind of gotten a little bit of your energy is just a little bit degraded from it. Like it's kind of like it's the same old shift, bored is the energy. Same old, let's have something to have passion about. So when you get in this energy, the universe will empower you by smacking you with a reality check, the tower, if you don't move forward on your own. We have indifference. So yeah, it's about, there's one thing is getting neutral to whatever is happening in your life. And then there's being indifferent to it and being indifferent to other people's suffering at home and around the world. And that's that energy of this full moon in Leo. I've been doing those full moon readings, and it's really coming up a lot about, you do need to put yourself first, because you have to have enough to be able to give to other people. So you don't want to deplete yourself, but at the same time, you don't ever want to become indifferent to other people's suffering, like, and be, I don't care, like, whatever, that kind of energy. And we have, again, having the integrity, the strength to be able to say, I'm going to go after my heart's desires, and then after that, I'm going to go after my crowning glory. That kind of energy. If, having the integrity for yourself, that you're willing to put, take calculated risks to do so. And then we have the energy of, we have Taurus energy coming in here. So this is talking about having the give and take. Taurus is the second sign in the zodiac, and the first one is Aries, and that's the newborn infant coming in. And then we have Taurus energy, which is about the pentacles. It's the toddler energy, and toddlers are lovable and adorable, but they don't like to share. And so we all have to learn the give and take in life, and we have to learn how much to give and how much to take. And I feel like this is saying that you have learned that. You understand that now for yourself. Maybe in the past you gave too much to some people and not enough to others, that kind of energy. And remember, that's not just about money, that's about your time, your energy. When you invest in other people, you have to be careful that you keep enough for yourself, or else what are you giving them? You're giving them an empty gift. And I also want to point out that when I'm talking about zodiac signs, when they come up here, I'm not talking about, oh, this was a Taurus, that kind of energy. It could be in your own personal, like as you're watching this, you could say, no, it is a Taurus. And I'm like, yes, that could very much be so, because these readings can be very accurate for specific people. But this is a general collective reading. And I'm talking about the energy, like the state of being of Taurus when it's at its finest, is being in that energy, really lovable and having really good intentions, and being really like, how toddlers are, why, learn. They're always constantly wanting to know why. And it's about the give and take. And it's about having to learn that to be in a more responsible, energy where you're mature enough to understand what it takes to be in a responsible, committed relationship. And the sun is shining on this. So that's right on top of this passion for new discovery. It's like, yeah, it's time. You're mature enough. Go for it. And you need to go forward in a different way. So the very first, when the fool starts his journey, that's at the 0 point, and he gets out there, and the very first card he comes across is the Magician. And so this is the energy. It's an energetic upgrade. It's time to, take the tools that you have. And the Magician has tools on his bench, and he's getting ready to implement what he needs. Like, he has what he needs to go on his journey. And it's about bringing from the heavens. And like, if you think about a baby being born, they come from heaven. They're God-made. And so they're a gift. They're the most beautiful gift you can ever receive, is a beautiful baby. And that energy can be really loud and rammy. They come head first, that kind of energy. So this is talking about bringing that which is just a thought and bringing that down, that potential down into the planet Earth. And then we have, when you become attached to something, then it's easy to get into the karmic space of abuse of power. Then you can be indifferent about it. You want to hang on to something so much, or so afraid of losing it if you risk it, that you don't go for what you really want. And then you're actually abusing yourself, really, is what's happening there. You're selling yourself short then. And we have the Pisces energy. So this is about, Pisces is the most mature of all the signs. It's the final sign in the zodiac. And it's talking about authority and the way things are done. And it's talking about having to sometimes buck that authority and sink or swim. And so this energy is talking about accepting things the way they are and being sensitive to it, like understanding what you can control and what you can't control. This is a senior executive, someone who's been there, done that. And this energy is ruled by Saturn and Neptune, and those are very, very deep planets. And actually Neptune is leaving, that's what this is coming up for. So Neptune, we're on the 23rd right now, I think, when this will be posted. And on the 26th, Neptune is leaving the sign of Pisces, and it's been there for like 14 years. And it's going into Aries, and it's been kind of like going back and forth. And that's why this Aries energy is coming up. And so Pisces energy is saying, like, hey, if you had this and you feel like you've already missed the boat, like, put some energy into it now, because on the 26th, Neptune is leaving Pisces, and it's going to stay in Aries. And so it's going to be a whole new energy. So you still have time to really like show the universe, hey, I want my fulfillment. I want to take that risk. I'm ready now. And so this is saying, hey, on the 26th, that's when it moves in. Of course, the reason why this is, the energy of Pisces is about being able to make dreams come true. And this is talking about, you have an opportunity, like if there was something that you've always wanted, but it didn't work out, and maybe you had to walk away from it. Now is the time that you could, it's sitting right on this energy, that you could have that same energy back, but now you have it, a passion for new discovery, so you might have it with a different person or something, letting go of the expectations around it. But you have an opportunity to bring that back in, and especially at this time now, because Neptune energy. And the thing is about this is that Neptune won't be back in this energy of Pisces for what's 14 times 12, that many years. I'm in the zone, so I'm not going to do math right now, but it's around, what is it? It's like around 150 to 160 years later before you won't be here. So this is like why I'm saying, that's coming up. And we were just talking about Aries energy, right? So we have the High Priestess, yes, using your intuition. The High Priestess sits next to God on her throne, and she's very close to God, and uses her intuition and also follows the cycles of the moon. And then we have the shooting star energy. So this is about having a good attitude in life, to be able to, and it's talking again, like it's sitting right here on this wishing card. And so, yes, I already talked about this. You can wish for something, but you need to have a strong attitude to go after it. Like you can't just expect, oh, the star is going to land in your lap kind of energy, you know. It would be really cool if that happened, but it would be very rare. So it's better to go after it, have a good, strong attitude for it. And this is having this perception of maybe feeling like, you know, the grass, there may have been situations in your life where you have felt this way, where you had someone that you thought was the one, and then you realized, and the grass was greener on the other side, and then you went on the other side, and then you realized, this grass is green because it was fake. But in reality, if you felt that way, probably the person you were with was not quite the right one for you. And it's, you know, get out of that mental prison and go after, you know, the perception card is about seeing things from a logical point of view, and then also seeing things from your passionate point of view, from like your intuitive side and not just your logical side. And then we have the Tower. Yes, if you get into bed with people that are not in alignment with what your path is, it's going to create real problems in your life. And also, if you just sit there and you don't do anything, a tower will hit, because the universe doesn't like inaction, and you only get to stay on the pedestal for a small amount of time. When you're on a pedestal, there's only one way to go, and that's down. And so the Tower energy is can also mean divorce, but it can the worst divorce is from source. So if you go off your path to be on someone else's, there's usually a lot of regret around it, and you know, it's when you go off your destined path, you're never going to have that total fulfillment that we're talking about here. Then we have pride getting in here. So a lot of times people will try to force things, like it's all or nothing. It has to be my way or the highway. And so this energy is talking about let go of your pride. What do they say? Pride before the fall kind of energy. So you want to be in an energy where you're open to the possibilities, and that it doesn't have to be exactly the way you expect it. And maybe this person is very different from someone you would normally date, and there's good reason for that, that kind of energy. And then we have, yes, the Fool on his journey. Has to be like at the end, the Fool starts at the 0 point, gets to the Magician, then gets to the High Priestess, goes through all these cards. And then at the end of the cycle is at 21, when it's a whole new world. And basically having become neutral to everything that's happened and ready to raise your vibration again. And so that's the energy. It's about being able to really adapt and move. Like now, I feel like now you have your heart's desire, so you may as well go after your crowning glory with your partner. You know, it's ordained is what's coming in. And look we have the Moon energy again, reckless abandon. So reckless is WRECK, and that's when the gypsy comes out in you, and you're like, hey, you know, I have control, like I'm doing everything that I need to be successful. I'm on my path, and I want to have some fun. I want to dance. Life is a dance. It's not a march. You're not just supposed to move forward, you know, boom, boom, boom in the same way. And then the last card we have here is the Emperor. So it's basically saying the Emperor, that when you make that final decision to go to your crowning glory, well, then you're all about performance and you become the Emperor. So now you have the perfect matching energy. And look at it. It's right on there. Right here. Where I said the two together makes infinite potential. Now the King of Cups is also an Emperor, and he really does have his Empress. So, hey, that's a really beautiful reading. I really like it a lot. Especially after the one I had the first thing in the morning. Here that was like, the sound was turned off when I went to upload it. I was kind of glad. All right, so I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do like and comment if you have. It's really empowering me to build my channel. I really do appreciate. Consider subscribing if you resonate. I would be my honor if you did so. And I will be back with another reading for you the day after tomorrow. Bye-bye.